Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. Force here with this week's featured game of the week, which will be Dragon's Prophet. This is an upcoming free-to-play MMORPG that features the ability to tame and ride dragons, and this is my wizard. Well, he's actually a sorcerer. He's one of 4 classes available in the game. There's the Guardian, Ranger, Oracle, and Sorcerer. All of those pretty much function as you would expect them to. The Guardian is a tank, the Ranger is an archer, the Oracle is the, I guess, healer type class, or maybe just crowd control, something along those lines. And the Sorcerer, that's the ranged elemental damage dealer. So that's a class I'll be playing. Here in this video, I'm going to show you some early level gameplay, along with giving you my first impressions on the game. This is very early level. I'm currently only level 8. I've only been playing for about an hour now. And again, it's not to show you the in-depth systems, that's not the point of this video, just to give you some of the basics of combat, the way the game looks and feels, and some of the basic features. As we progress throughout the course of the week and continue our Game of the Week coverage, I'll be showing you more in-depth systems as well. I just killed someone I need to loot, there we go. So let's start off by talking about the combat. And oh, I almost forgot, I wanted to let you guys know this game is being developed by Runewaker Entertainment. It's the same company that brought you Runes of Magic, a very popular free-to-play MMORPG. This is basically their next game, if you will. So let's see if they've made anything worthwhile. All right, so we're going to start off by talking about the basics of combat. So this is an action combat game. You're going to notice there's no mouse cursor available on screen while we're in combat. We can hit escape, which will bring up a mouse cursor and then let us interact with the UI. But while fighting and maneuvering the world, no mouse cursor is available. You've got direct character control. So this also means while in combat, you're going to have to do this little highlighting system. You'll notice as I face a target, they will be highlighted in red, and that means I can engage in them. Now, there's also yellow enemies, and that just means basically aggressive or non-aggressive. So let's fight off one of these aggressive guys, a Mount Aiden Hyena, and start off with just our basic attack. So I've got a left and a right mouse button attack. Now, if I do a left mouse button, I can continue to do that, and it's just going to be this sort of basic arcane spell. However, if I chain that with right mouse button, there's actually this whole combo system. So if I just do right mouse button by itself, it's going to cast this little water gust. But if I do left mouse button and then right mouse button, we get that little forward flame. Now if I do left mouse button twice and then right mouse button, we get this little 3-pronged flame in the air. And if I do left mouse button 3 times and then right mouse button, so go 1, 2, 3, and then right mouse button, it's this 3-pronged attack on the ground. So there's a combo system in this game, and it's done with all sorts of different attacks, not just with my basic left and right mouse button. I also have this attack bound to number 2. It's an AoE freeze, and then when I continue to hit 2, it goes into different stages of damage. So we'll do it on this target here. We'll run up, we'll hit 2, AoE freeze, then we hit 2 again for that, and then 2 a third time for that. So yeah, a pretty interesting system of comboed abilities are available. Now there are also basic attacks, for example, that AoE fire damage you just saw, that's just a one-time use thing. It doesn't chain into anything else. I also have this little teleport ability that doesn't chain into anything. And then my E is this ground slam. Get mouse over this here. It's a ground fissure, does damage to enemies around me and also repels them back. But however, if I do the ground fissure, it also combos and changes my arcane missile into something else. So watch the arcane missile icon change once I hit ground fissure. I'll go up to this guy to do that. So at ground fissure, arcane missile will change to this lava attack, which is this completely different ability. So it's pretty interesting. Now if you're going to say force, all that sounds a little confusing. Well, you can figure things out. There wasn't much of a tutorial for all these combo attacks, but I figured it out pretty quickly by going into the skill tab and going to, hey, what is this? Combo skills. I almost said scombo skills. So combo skills, you'll notice here. So here's the basic arcane missile combo. You've got 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then there's 1, 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 3, 1. So it's left, right, left, left, right, left, 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 right. And these are all arcane missile combos. I also currently have combos for water missile. It doesn't look like it's much different between the 3. Oh, it's just more damage as you continue to combo it. Combos for ground fissure, which is the one that I showed you. Whoops. Combos for ground fissure, which is the E1 that I showed you. That comboed with left mouse button. which changes it into lava eruption. And then Zero Dimension combo, which is the other one that I showed you, changes to ice shards as well as frost shatter. So yeah, as I continue to level up, I'll unlock more skills, more combos will be acquired. The reason I know this is because I started with just the arcane missile combo, and then as I've leveled up to level 8 now, I've continued to unlock these additional combos. It doesn't seem like the skill system allows for direct control, at least at this point. I haven't noticed anything of what skills you get while you level up. As I've been leveling up, I've just been unlocking skills. That may change though, because there is a different skill system. There's a mastery system. And it looks like you may have some control over this, but at the moment, yeah, so I don't have anything. Once I hit level 15, it looks like you've got some control over the mastery skills. But the basic skills, they appear to just unlock as you level up. Okay, so let's do some more fighting here. Just some, you know, I've explained sort of the systems to you. I think I've showed you all. I've got this shield here, which is bound to 5, which is a Terra shield. So I'll try to make sure that we keep that on my character, if at all possible. And the next thing I'd like to show you is actually dragon taming. Now, I already have one dragon tamed, but before I bring him up, I'd like to actually show you the process of taming a dragon. So, in the upper left-hand corner, there are 3 bars. The red bar is health, the blue bar is mana. The yellow bar is, I think it's a fatigue system. There might be a different word for it. But basically, it's a system that's drained as you attempt to tame a dragon. And the taming of a dragon process is actually rather intense. It requires you to constantly spam WASD to try to get on top of a dragon to claim him and make him yours. So this is by default bound to 7 here. So I'm going to run up to this Flecked Raptor dragon and hit 7 to try to tame him. I will then have to spam WASD to try to keep that thing. Now notice my yellow bar going down. I have to spam WASD in an attempt to keep this near the center. Oh no, way off there. I took a moment to actually look at the ridiculous animation of the taming of the dragon, which looks like a bull ride. And now he is tamed and he is mine. So you can see Alt F1 and Alt F2 in the upper left-hand corner. Those are the multiple dragons that I have. They're both the same dragon type, so I don't know if switching between them is going to make a difference. But yeah, I'm level 8 and I already have a dragon to not only a dragon mount, but he's also a pet that assists you in combat. So we're just gonna ride around here. I do have some quests in this area. In fact, there's a quest right here where I need to investigate these guys. So let me just do this. I'm gonna hop off him by hitting tab, and then I need to check out these dragons here. See what's wrong with them. So this game plays, you know, like
make it quick.
A modern MMO, you know, a modern action MMO. That's pretty much what you get here. So far, they don't appear to be doing anything super new or interesting that you don't see in other MMOs of this type. But it seemed to be put together well enough. And this is a free-to-play game as well, which is always important to keep in mind. And the reason I mention that is because even though it might not, my initial impressions might not be the greatest, like, oh, this is the next groundbreaking MMO. It doesn't need to be when there's no barrier to entry for you guys to figure out if it's something that you like. There isn't that requirement of this, you know, being the best MMO that I've ever played. Because if you're even slightly interested, there's no barrier to entry, so you can just hop on in and see what it's about. So I summon my dragon mount with tab, and then I summon my dragon minion, just like this. And you can see I've got currently the Alt F1 highlighted, and I think, let me see if I hit Alt F2, that's gonna call the second one, and then there's a cooldown timer for them as well. So you can have multiple dragons. Now, for me right now, they're both the same dragon type, but obviously you would assume that in the future, I would have multiple dragon types that would, you know, potentially serve different functions and have different roles and all that stuff. And I've got a quest over here. I've got to find this missing account book page, so we're just gonna kill a bunch of these beetle things until we get that. Okay. And that guy's doing all sorts of crazy things, and then he's got this beetle handler, so we gotta take him out. I mean, again, you know, we've got the dodging system. It's just an action combat MMO. and I just died. So here's a good point for me to show you the revival system. You get two options. You can either revive at what appears to be something like a nearest checkpoint or revival point, but there's also the resurrect option, which is going to use these Sony, or I think they're called station coins. Is that what they are? This is a Sony online entertainment game, and it is a free-to-play game, so there is a real currency associated with it. I'm not going to do that, though, and we're just going to hit revive, which will bring me pretty close. It's actually just to this entrance right here, which is not too far away. So let's go ahead and summon my mount, and then we will run right on over here, and we'll be able to loot that guy. I can't believe I died. I was not even paying attention. So you do die pretty quickly in this game, so you do have to be careful in combat, needless to say. All right. Oh, here's this guy, the scaly flea beetle. And he doesn't like me very much. We're gonna freeze him and do this combo attack. And there we go. And there's his friend. Let me summon my minion. Oh, can I do Alt F1? Dragon Pet is currently recovering, so I'm not able to summon him right now. That's fine. I've got potions bound to V right now, which is going to have an instant heal and then what appears to be a little bit of a heal over time. When you're out of combat, you automatically will regenerate some of your health. So it's not that you don't have to constantly rely on potions or sitting down and eating food or anything like that. You do have this health regeneration, and this is kind of annoying right now, actually. I need to go find this glowering rhino beetle. All right, well, I need to go find him. So let's go over here. Is that the one? Yeah, this is the guy. Okay. All right, so let's see. There we go. So call my second pet. My other one died. I wonder how many of those I can have. I'm actually going to try to tame another one, so that if one's dead, I can just call in the other ones. That'd be good, huh? Also got to be careful here, because these guys are going pretty crazy and doing me some damage. I don't want to die again. One time was enough. One death per video. And I have a shield that I can activate, so why don't we do that? And then we're going to do the freeze again. There we go. Come on. What are you doing? Alright, wonderful. So he is dead. Let's pick up the page here. Missing account book page. Excellent. And is there something else to loot? Yeah, I got a basic healing potion to loot off this guy. Alright, so we're going to do one more quest here. We're going to hit tab to go ahead and mount up on the dragon. And you know what I would like to do? Let me see if I can tame a third one, because I currently have 2 dragons in the bank. I'd be interested to see if I can just go ahead and tame another one. And I've got one more quest right over here too that I'd like to go to, just to show you guys a little bit more combat. Whoopsie. Didn't mean to get rid of him. Alright. So let's try to tame one more dragon here. See if I can have more than 2. My dragon stable is full. I can only, so there we go. So that's answered the question. I cannot tame more than 2 at the moment. At the moment, I have my capacity for the number of dragons in a stable. Something I'm assuming that you can eventually increase and change. And my next quest is right over here, which I'm assuming is going to lead me to a loading screen. There we go. What is this? You can easily explore this adventure area. Suitable for beginners. Recommended for a number of players is 1. And this is for 3. Okay, so well, that's the one I want to go to because I am only 1 player. So we're brought up to a loading screen here. And this is for the next area. I've got to kill 2 Blood Crown Raptor Dragons, 2 Vicious whoever dragons. So this has been a first impressions look at Dragon's Prophet. So far, as I said earlier, I think the game seems all right. It seems pretty, you know, pretty generic for an action MMORPG so far. Nothing outstanding, or nothing so far has really stood out to me that I haven't seen in other MMOs before. But we are going to continue to cover this game as I continue to play throughout the course of this week. So if you would like, nope, get out of here. So if you would like some more coverage, just stay tuned. We'll be looking at the various systems. Hopefully I'll be able to show you some higher level play, more in-depth, more interesting dragons. That's the word I'm looking for there. And these guys are all over my face here. This is really annoying. I'm stuck in a tree. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching Force with the first impressions video of this week's Game of the Week, Dragon's Prophet, a free-to-play MMORPG that is currently in open beta. You can try it out now if you want, or just hang tight. I'll give you some more coverage. You have a better idea if you are interested in this game. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay tuned for more. Coming tomorrow likely will be the next video. If you like the content, please subscribe, and as always, keep watching and keep owning. Alright. Basic healing potion, basic healing potion. What is that? I got a ring? That's nice. My backpack's full. No.